friends too.
Alright, we are at Rocklahoma 2014, sitting down with Dellacoma.
Hello.
So tell us what is going on, guys.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
do that.
What's your name?
I'm Dell.
I'm Rick. I'm Art. I'm Matt.
We play music.
Oh yeah.
We play you.
We like hang out together and stuff.
And we do shit.
Yeah.
We do things.
We live out of a
Bush Light.
We drink too much Bush Light.
Yeah.
I
live out of a van, drink Bush Light, and only eat Pop-Tarts. We're on the road looking for shows to play, and hopefully a shower or two.
Yeah.
Along the way, that'd be exciting.
Yeah.
Showers are highly overrated.
Dell just Febrezed all our asses.
Yeah, I
before we
did.
came in.
It's the best thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Baby wipes and Febreze. Yeah. Good to go.
Isn't that called a whore bath? Isn't that the word term?
It is now.
No, I just heard that was the
Four
term
baths on
for
the
it.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's what Inside Mortem calls it, is a whore bath.
It looks like a whore bath. Treat yourself. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
So, Dale, tell us how everything came into conception, and where'd you find these freaks, man?
I really don't know where I did. I think they were taking a whole bath in a gutter. No, when Sunset Riot folded in October last year, I knew I didn't want to give up. And so I got together a few musicians, friends of mine in Australia, recorded some songs and started booking a tour, but I didn't have a lineup yet. I'd known Rick from doing a couple of side projects with him. One of those side projects being Outback Rednecks with Jody,
Little boys.
Jody and John.
Those guys.
Yeah, that was a wild time.
Yeah, I feel like the whole festival misses that.
Yeah.
We really do. Jody especially, like, you said wild time, and it's like, well, Jody's involved.
I just wish they would just show up. Just one day dressed in pink, Jody Rowe.
No one rocks a pair of like cheetah spandex like that guy.
But I got about half a tour booked and got Rocklahoma booked, and then moved over. Came over here in end of January looking for bands, basically, and had a couple different options. But these guys came to the rescue, and we started. Our first show was at South by Southwest, end of March, and then here we are. Our 13th show was a couple days ago on the Jaeger stage at 3 o'clock in the morning.
We heard.
Boy, what a time it was. He didn't say that with a positive tone.
Thanks, Apple Pie Shop.
Yeah.
And Jaeger. I made the
got
mistake.
those. I heard they were over there, but I haven't tried them yet.
Fucking apple juice.
I know
Apple
the
pie
people
shots
bought
and
'em.
moonshine, and then I made the mistake of saying from stage, I hear this is called Camp Jaeger, where's the Jaeger?
And then so somebody brought up
A giant
There was
bottle.
a John Hannah size bottle.
A John Hannah-sized bottle of
That's a good mention of those.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm still on what he said. He goes, I had a couple of options, and then I just like that you guys are options.
Yeah. He looked at us.
I'll pick A and C.
I mean, I'm just a drummer. Yeah.
See how they pull off Rocklahoma.
He looked at us. He shook his hand. He said, "They're the guys."
Yeah, right. We've definitely caught you guys at the show a couple of times, and you definitely know how to pick. Yeah, I mean, straight up professional. Most on stage. Very
Only one is important.
You should have seen me driving around a back on truck.
Straight up, just wonderful musicians.
I was a fan of Sunset for so long, and then to step into their shoes is such a huge thing. And I'm just glad that we don't get Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like those. You know, like and we know, and especially coming to the family environment of this festival. It's kind of. We're glad we're not letting people down, I guess.
Well, I like you're not. I like that it is different. It's Dellacoma. It's not Sunset Riot. It's Dellacoma. I like the original songs. Her favorite has changed.
She's like, oh man, I love that
She
song.
waking up yesterday morning, she goes, that damn song is still stuck in my head.
Nailed it.
I was singing Rain, but she's like, changed. She's like, when is it? There it is. Okay.
It's good stuff, man.
And it is interesting. Like, I feel like, you made the point about that it's different, because there was that option on the table when Sunset Riot folded. Because the verbal agreement we had with ourselves in Sunset Riot was that there had to be at least 3 of us, for it to continue.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of guys that wanted out, and we sort of talked about it, and it just didn't feel right, to try and replace.
Yeah.
And so that's why we ended up deciding to fold. And I think it is important, for all the Sunset Riot fans out there, that we're not trying to be Sunset Riot Part 2, but at the same time, my option was either not do music or do music. So, and that's where these guys have been absolutely amazing, because we've only been together since end of March, and they've been completely professional, and they've got the songs down and been where we needed to be, and rocked up and showed up, and it's been incredible so far.
I'm telling you, once we saw you on the stage, we were just like, all doubts were gone. So it's awesome. We just didn't really know what to. We knew what was going to come from Dale. We knew he was going to jump off the speaker. We already knew this was coming.
That scared me.
But very, very pleasantly surprised with you guys. The people you surround yourself with, Dale, is just amazing. And I never really doubted in any way, shape, or form that it wasn't going to be exactly like this, and you pulled it off. So it's just everything you do is, I want to say, is golden, but I know you work your ass off for everything that you do. You're like one of the hardest working rock stars I've ever come in contact with. Nobody can keep up with you. Nobody knows what flights you're on. Nobody knows what's
Y'all can't.
It's just
I don't even know half the time.
All you know is to stay out of the way.
it's just a constant thing, and rock and roll gang star, a band, a wife, a child. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it, and then he still smiles. He's just
not before noon. He does. You don't see that Dell on the stage. Next minute.
I owe my wife to coffee.
Yeah, right. We all do.
We have brownies.
In Dallas too?
I've lived in Dallas for 12 months now. Yeah, so I'm not. They don't classify me as Texan, but his accent is kind of getting more Texan. As the months go by.
Yeah, it's not as extreme.
Yeah. I just got homes wherever the ground is at the moment.
So you guys practice in Dallas? Do you meet in between somewhere? Or?
Well, we have done one rehearsal in Austin. There's been a couple times that have been really brutal, where it's like 3.5 hours in the van up to practice, and then after practice jump back in the van and drive 3.5 hours back to catch a flight.
Is that really how far it is?
Yeah. And here's the stupid thing. I initially thought, driving between the two, it's going to be fine leaving Dallas at 2 o'clock in the morning and driving 3.5 hours because there's not going to be traffic. That's when I decided to do roadworks. So it's still 3.5 hours. It's not any quicker because the roads are jam-packed.
Yeah, well, I went through the same thing for 6 months because I moved over to Austin and I met these guys and did the commute for that. Just, oh, God. Come up with teleportations.
Now we're sort of like, we're doing rehearsal like in between shows. We're just getting like, we rehearsed in Macomb, Mississippi, before the music store, before our Lily and Ash show.
Pretty much our rehearsal is in between the start and
try this guitar?
You guys
we did it.
Lily and Axe?
Yeah.
I love them.
They're
Steve
awesome.
Blaze is one of my favorite guitar players.
We're working on a tour at the moment with them for later in the year.
Seriously? try to get that to come to Oklahoma City. Seriously, I love Lillian Axe. I'm only seen them twice.
I told you she heard that she's just gonna melt. Yeah, Steve Blaze is
They were incredibly underrated. You know, they're one of those
They
bands.
really
Like,
are.
I hadn't really heard of them before 2 years ago when they played here in Rocklahoma, and I kind of thought they were just, you know, one of those glam bands, you know, from the 80s that are still kicking around. There's a lot of those, you know. But then when I saw them, I was like, wow, they're like really good, really good, and their new stuff is good too. So.
I agree. I love them.
And on top of that, they're just the most nice ever.
Yeah.
They put you
Blaze, is that way. You see him walking out, and I remember Rebecca just going, Steve. I was like, you've talked to him before, just go say hi to him.
Okay.
No, just go say hi to him, and it's.
You kind of forget, like once you do a bit of research, you kind of forget that he was like when they came out, he was up there with like Eddie Van Halen and the Slash and you know, all that sort of stuff. That's how highly he was rated.
Yeah.
He's got like 6 signature models or something like that. It's like,
Yeah, let me play one of them.
And, I mean,
Really?
Yeah, it was badass.
That is sweet.
their whole like family crew and everything were just great. They just, he's our back line.
we stayed at Brian, the singer's house.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's good. They've had a few singers over the years, but I really like the new
Yeah,
one.
he's
really
definitely a keeper.
Yeah, they're awesome. They played Waters Rising for me 2 years ago. I talked to Steve and I told him that was my favorite song, and he goes, "Oh, it's not on the set list." I was like, well, like third to the last song, he kind of like was looking and he was like, and started playing it. I was just like freaking out. I freaked out. It was awesome. I love that.
That'll be awesome to catch. Yeah, she's right. Please come to Oklahoma.
Tony likes Lillian Axe, so it might be okay.
What's that?
Tony likes Lillian Axe.
Oh,
No
yeah.
promises.